We're going to start in child's pose today, and I have a couple of different options for you. So we're looking to give the tummy a gentle massage in this pose. So the first option is to have a blanket that's rolled up nice and long, and just simply placing it over your tummy so that you can then come on down into your child's pose, and you can decide where you place your arms in child's pose. It might be down alongside you. Because there is the blanket on top of your tummy, you might even need a block or maybe even stacked fists just to hang out like this. Now, if you don't have a blanket, that's okay. We're going to take our hands, make them into fists, and then you're just going to place the fists one on top of the other over your abdomen area, over your tummy, and then we're just going to roll on down. So just warning, the fists on the tummy are slightly more, have a slightly more massaging effect, slightly more intense. So if you do have quite a bit of abdominal pain with indigestion or bloating, then I recommend taking the blanket for a little bit while it eases, and then maybe you might take the fists. So wherever you are, whether you have the blanket or whether you have your fists on your tummy, just coming down into your child's pose. Let's begin to breathe into the belly. So we don't want to do the big deep breaths where we blow the belly up like a balloon, but we definitely want to fill the belly, let's say about 50%. If you feel any discomfort, just back off a little bit, maybe even just let the breath be natural and calm. If you are bloated, then taking those big deep bellyful breaths can actually be more painful than healing. So just listening to your body, adjusting your breath as you need to. And just focusing on giving the belly that nice massage, helping to get everything moving. If the blanket isn't feeling like it's doing too much, then maybe you can take your fists and place them just in front of the belly there and come back down into child's pose. I'll pause here for 8 more breaths. Last couple of breaths here. Once you've taken your next exhale, just slowly coming back up. Releasing the hands or the blanket. Give the shoulders a little roll. And making your way into tabletop. We'll take a couple of rounds of cat-cow before we come into our cobra series. So you choose here whether you inhale or exhale as you dip the belly and curl the tailbone and crown the head up. And then you choose whether you inhale or exhale as you come through into your cat pose, arching the back. You might even like to hang out a little bit in cow pose as you dip the belly, once again getting a nice stretch through the tummy. If it feels okay, you might even do some torso rolls here. Just paying attention to how the tummy feels. If there's any pain, especially that abdominal pain when we have bloating or indigestion. Just going with what feels nice and just figuring out what movement creates a little bit of relief or what movement gets things going. Taking a couple more rounds of your torso circles or your cat-cow. And then making your way down onto your belly. So we're going to have the feet a hip width apart, heels in, toes out. Go ahead and lower the torso down and draw the hands underneath the shoulders. Hug the elbows in. Just take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And as we inhale, we're just simply going to engage the muscles of the back. And then maybe press the hands into the mat as you lift the heart up. Little baby cobra here. And then exhale it down. Inhale as we come up. And if you're more comfortable just taking baby cobra, then just stick with that. You feel like you might be able to lift the heart up a little bit higher. Just playing around, seeing what feels nice, particularly in the belly area. All these movements, we're focusing in on the belly and the organs inside, trying to kickstart everything, trying to release tension from bloating. So we always have our point of awareness in the stomach area. Now, if it feels better for you to keep just inhaling, lifting, exhaling, coming back down, then you can do that. Otherwise, take an inhale and then just find some stillness. If you like, you could take a couple of looks over one shoulder back to center, over the other way. It's going to be a nice little massage for the belly. Making sure to keep the elbows in, keep on breathing. Taking one more inhale here and exhale. Go ahead and just rest your head on top of stacked fists. Bring your toes into touch, let the heels hang out. And going back to that belly breath, so we're going to inhale and draw the breath into the belly, but once again, we're only doing about 50%, so we're not blowing it up like a balloon. But we're just creating a little bit of pressure as the belly will press into the mat. And then we're just exhaling, letting it out. And if you are fairly comfortable just with this 50% rise of the belly, then perhaps you might even like to take a slightly deeper breath in, filling up the belly like a balloon. Holding briefly and then very slowly, like you were letting air out of the balloon, exhaling the breath out. Inhaling, filling up the belly. And exhaling. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Lifting the torso, bringing your forearms directly out in front of you. So we have a nice straight line from the shoulder to the elbow, elbow to the wrist here. Middle finger pointing forward. Go ahead and bring your feet a hip width apart, heels in, toes out. And this is our Sphinx pose. So we're just going to stay here for a little while. Maybe close the eyes, roll the shoulders down. Bringing your point of awareness down to the belly, to the inside organs. Breathing however it feels nice here. Playing around, maybe just having that soft, natural, calm breath. Or you might even take slightly deeper, slightly longer exhales. If you would like to, you could stay here in your Sphinx pose. Otherwise, we're going to lift into our seal pose, and please just look after your back here. If seal pose doesn't feel nice for you, then just stay in Sphinx, or even come back down to baby cobra if that's what feels better. So just angle the fingers slightly out towards the edges of the mat, and then take an inhale, press the hands into the mat as you begin to straighten the arms and lift the torso up. So this can be a really nice stretch for the front belly. So bring your awareness back down there. Let the breath come and go however it needs to. Shoulders rolling down. And the face is nice and soft. Pausing here for 5 more breaths. Last breath here. And just gently bringing yourself down, bending those elbows. Go ahead and stack the hands one on top of the other, resting your forehead down. Draw your toes in, let the heels hang out. And once again, you choose the breath here. Maybe you only fill the belly about 50%. Maybe you blow it up like a balloon. Just notice what feels better around the belly area. And when you're ready, taking a nice gentle movement, press yourself up and coming into a comfortable seat. Extend the legs out nice and long. We'll take a spinal twist. So bend the right knee first and step it over top of the left leg. Bring your left hand out behind you. Fingertips facing outwards just for a little bit of support here. And just bring your right arm nice and long, palm facing up. Take an inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, twist from the belly. We really want to get into that belly button here as we twist. Opening to the left, and then bring the hand down, the right hand down to the inside of the foot. So you might just have the palm open. You might even hook onto the big toe. If you prefer, you can bend the elbow like you're doing a little wave. So whatever feels most comfortable for you, just having the gaze looking down, making sure there's no tension in the neck. You might like to take an inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, deepen the twist all the way from the belly. Bringing your point of awareness back down to the stomach area. And just taking a nice easy drift through center. As you do so, catch the right knee with the left hand. Bring the right hand out behind you. Take an inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, deepen the twist. So this one's going to feel slightly more restricted. It's an internal twist. Focusing back down on that belly area, just noticing where this twist is affecting around the abdominal area. And go ahead and drift back to center. Extend the leg out nice and long. Give it a little shake if you like. Let's do the left hand side. So left foot over the right leg. Right fingertips out behind you, fingertips facing outwards. Sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale, left arm comes up. And as you exhale, twist from the belly. So take it slow enough that you can feel that twist originating from the belly area. Taking hold of the big toe. Having the elbow bent, whatever feels good. Taking an inhale, lengthen. And exhale, opening to the right. Maybe just a little bit more. Everything coming from that belly area. We're giving the inner organs a nice massage here. Easy, calm, natural breath as we sit in our twist. And drifting back through center, go ahead and take hold of the left knee with the right hand. Take an inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. And come back to center. Extend the leg. Give it a little shake out. And just relax for a moment. Standing at the top of your mat, and just take a nice wide step out sideways. We're going to come into triangle pose. So have the feet nice and wide, parallel to begin with, and then go ahead and turn the left toe towards the short edge of the mat. Right toes in very slightly. Inhale, float the arms up, and as you exhale, drawing the right hip back and bringing the left hand down, raising the right fingertips up. So find a comfortable gaze here, either looking up, you could look straight ahead, or you could look down. If you need to, you could have a block underneath your hand, or just taking hold of the shin. Bring your focus back into the belly, drawing your breath there. Lifting the kneecap of your left leg and the right. We'll pause here for 5 more breaths. Adjusting your gaze if you need to. Last breath. Pressing through the feet, activating the thighs. Take an inhale, come up. And then exhale, lower the arms. Let's swap sides. Right toes pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Left toes in slightly. Inhale, float. Exhale as you tilt the hips and bring it down. You might notice, especially if you do have bloating at the moment, that one side of triangle feels a little bit more relieving than the other side. So feel free just to play around with sides. If you feel like it's more beneficial to stay on one side than the other, then you're more than welcome to do that. For this class, we're just looking for anything that gives relief. Five more breaths here. And inhale it up. Exhale the arms down. And bring the feet parallel. Bring the hands onto the hips. Take an inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, come down to your halfway point. Now you may need to soften the knees here so that you can bring the hands down towards the floor, or you may even like to take a block for a little bit more height. Otherwise, having the legs straight but keeping enough softness in the knees so that you're not locking the knees there, creating any harm. So you can either bring your fingertips to the floor, or if you can, you could bring your right palm down to the floor. You see what feels better for you, remembering to use a block if you need to. Keeping the hips nice and square. As you inhale, we're going to open up to the left and lift the left fingertips up. Your gaze can follow your fingertips or could even look down towards your right hand. Bringing your awareness back into the belly area. And just breathing however it feels nice here. After your next exhale, bring the left arm down, replacing the left hand where the right hand is. Making sure the spine's nice and long, neck is nice and long. On your inhale, float the right arm up. Your gaze can follow your fingertips, or you could look down if that feels better for you. Breathing however it feels good right now. After your next exhale, gently bringing that hand down. And just keep the fingertips on the floor as you heel-toe the feet back into touch. Maybe bring the toes together, a little bit of space between the heels, and just take a forward fold here. Now, if it felt nice to massage the belly before, you might even bring the blanket, if you have one, and place it just underneath the tummy, and then let the tummy fold over the blanket as you hang out in your forward fold. Otherwise, you could take your fists on top of the belly, just like we did in our child's pose earlier. Maybe taking ragdoll if it feels nice. So option here to either stay in your forward fold. If you have your stacked fists on top of your tummy, then just release the stacked fists. If you have your blanket there, then keep the blanket there. Kind of come into a little Utkatasana twist here. So bringing your hands into heart center, sinking the hips down a little bit, squeezing the thighs together. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, twisting to the left, bringing your right elbow to the left knee. And just breathing here. Noticing what's happening in that tummy area. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the right, left elbow, right knee. And come back to center. Release the hands down. Removing your blanket. If you were using a blanket and coming back down into your forward fold, just taking some nice easy breaths in and out. Find your way onto your back and go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. You can take a little roll from side to side if you like. And keeping the right knee into the chest, extending the left leg nice and long. So we want to have the foot flexed of the left leg. You can point the toes of the right foot if you like. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest as much as you can without causing any pain or discomfort, and press the left heel forwards. Inhale. And exhale, draw the knee in. Do that 5 more times in your own time. Taking nice big inhale. Exhale to draw the knee in and press the left foot forward, left heel forward, sorry. Awareness is down in the stomach area. Just noticing what feels nice here. Paying attention to anything moving around. Last one. And go ahead and draw the left knee in, extend the right leg nice and long. Right foot is flexed, left toes are pointed, taking an inhale. And exhale, draw the left knee in. Push the right heel forward. 5 more in your own time. Making this one your last one. Drawing the right knee back in, taking a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, hug the knees in. Bringing your arms nice and wide, palms facing downwards, taking an inhale. And as you exhale, just let the knees slowly drop over to the right. Turning your gaze, looking out over the left. Close the eyes. Awareness at the stomach area. In your own time, taking your inhale back to center. And then exhale, slowly, gently dropping the knees over to the left. Looking out over the right shoulder. Draw the knees back to center. Give them a little hug. And then however you need to, making your way up. Coming back into our first pose, our child's pose. So knees together if you can. And remembering from the beginning of class, we either have the fist in front of the belly. You could use your blanket if you have a blanket rolled up. Or if you'd like a slightly more intense massage, then you can bring the forearms across the belly. Taking an inhale and then exhale as you bring the torso down. Having something to rest the forehead on if you need to. And adjusting the breath so that it's comfortable for you. If it feels better just to be natural and calm, you can do that. Maybe you could fill up the belly about 50%. Or maybe you could take those slightly deeper inhales, blowing the belly up like a balloon. And then slowly releasing the breath. Just finding that breath quality that encourages a massage for the inner organs around the tummy area. Feel free to stay in child's pose for as long as feels comfortable. And when you're ready, sitting up for a few moments before opening the eyes.